Nice top there, mate. You got the email as well?
I could have gone upstairs. In fact, I could have just gone next door and changed it, but I quite like the fact that we both ended up with the same jumper. Just like a couple of podcasts ago when we came up with
I know.
exactly the same car.
I know. I know. Oh, well, brothers from another mother.
That's it. That's it. How's it going, mate?
Oh, mate, it's good. It's good. It's been a lovely bank holiday weekend. They are always the best because I had time I went to a car show, my new car. I had friends over. We had some time to ourselves. It's been really lovely. Just trying to not ignore social media, but just having a bit of downtime before a few busy weeks. So, how about you?
Yeah, same. Yeah, it was really nice and chilled. Shame the weather, although it's not miserable outside, that it seems that the cold streaks come back and reminded us that we're not quite summer yet.
Ah, I know
We've
it's
been
sunny
spoilt with,
here, but it's freezing.
yeah, same. Yeah, yeah.
um, anyway, hey guys, welcome back to the Drive Talk podcast. Me and Joe having a bit of a catch up, powered by the purveyors of these wonderful tops. Look, Michelin. Look, we go. So today we're talking track cars. Today we're doing another one of our budgetary challenges, and we decided today we're going to do track cars of different budgets. But before we get on to that, you need to tell me about Donington Park. Because in the last episode, we were chatting about your GT3 RS experience, and I think you did say you were going to Donington Park. Good circuit, huh?
Unbelievably beautiful. I'm gutted that it's taken me this long to visit Donington Park. It's literally an hour and 5 minutes away from here, one of my locals, if you like. And I've never been there. And wow, I mean, it's steeped in history, but it's beautiful. The paddocks are nice. It's just it's an amazing location. Even if you're in the area, then just try and head in there, see if you can get in, have a little nose around, because it's just a really beautiful place to visit. And I can imagine watching a race there, like a touring car around or a superbikes around there, would just be amazing because the spectators, even if you're just standing or sitting on the grass, wow, it's just unbelievable, isn't it?
Well, it was my local circuit. I grew up 15 miles from there, so for me, motorsport for me was going to Donington Park, and the back then it was called the motorbike Grand Prix. Now it's
Yep.
obviously MotoGP, but that was always at Donington Park. They had this thing called the Transatlantic Trophy, which was all the Americans had come over, Kevin Schwantz and Kenny Roberts and all that on the bikes. I saw a 6-hour endurance touring car race there. Nigel Mansell in the Toka shootout when he had that massive crash at the bottom of Craner Curves, the Starkey's Bridge. So
Yeah.
yeah, went there a lot, and I remember the same time, the first time it was my first ever track day was at Donington Park in my Toyota Celica.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
yeah, it was it's a cool place, and my first ever race was there. So
Yeah.
it is a special circuit. What's really interesting, I don't know if you remember back, and this is probably now. So they did have Formula One there. They had that really famous race with Ayrton Senna, where he started off in sixth, and by the end of the first lap, he was leading.
In the wet,
That was
wasn't it?
in the wet. That was the
Yeah.
European Grand Prix. But they had a guy buy it or invest in it, and they shut the circuit for a couple of years, and they were going to build an F1 grade circuit. They were going to kind of come onto the infield on the banking that looks down over Craner Curves, and they had like the track was going to come in there, and it was going to be a completely different circuit. And it just never happened. It was funny. They started all the works, and it kind of died a death and never happened. Because it's one of the Jonathan Palmer circuits now, isn't it? So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think he stepped in and took it back. But yeah, no, brilliant circuit, absolutely mega.
Yeah. It was
So
what sorry.
no, go for it.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say what made it super special for me was I'd gone from never going there before to going there twice on consecutive days. And it was potentially what the nicest weather we've had in the UK, definitely all year, if not the nicest weather we've had in the UK all of, I mean, it was better than any days I remember last summer. Like, I don't remember us
Yeah.
having any. So perfect weather. On the first day I was there, a car track day, it was another RMA track day, partners of Michelin. Massive thanks to Leighton if he's listening to this. And I mean, RMA, I think I talked about it a little bit on the GT3 RS. There was everything on that track while I was out there in my M2. And my M2 in isolation is a fast little track car, but I felt like I felt like I was going around in a 1 litre micra at some points. Um, there was because there was a historical race there this weekend just gone. So there was all GT3 cars from sort of circa 2013, 14, like Le Mans winning 911 RSRs and
Wow.
Corvettes, and all on obviously full slicks in most cases, Michelin slicks. So you're out there, I'm there, and I'm not making excuses, but I'm there like trying to learn a very, as you know very well, a very technical track because it's
Yeah.
all about weight balance, and you feel that weight in a road car horrifically out there. So I'm learning that while I've got like these GT3s appearing in my mirrors, like I'm literally standing still. Um, but it was just epic. In fact, Alex Brundle was there with Super GT, Stephen Alvarez, in a little mini race car that they were racing at the Classic. So he was there going sideways. There was just things happening. But I did that in a, yeah. So the road track there was brilliant. But I probably only did like 12 to 14 laps in the entire day because I was there filming a video and I just kept getting sidetracked when I was in the pits running around looking at stuff because there was just so much to look at and so much to take in, and the weather was wonderful. And there was a company there called Dallara Stradale UK who had just launched a couple of cars. It was based on the same tub, but there was a road car set up with number plates on it, and then like a race car set up with the same tub but tuned up a bit. And they offered me, must have done 10 laps in their road car. It was very interesting. But we just discussed that slightly off camera. And yeah, you'd seen that car a few years ago.
It was a Speed Week. Yeah, the closed doors event that Goodwood did during COVID.
Yep.
Cool thing though. Beautiful looking thing.
Really stunning bit of kit. Very simplified, 875 kilos, 400
Oh,
horsepower. It was a Ford, that 2.3 litre Ford engine. Just, but really nice. You get in fixed bucket or fix. You're kind of sitting in the tub like you are with, I think, like the La Ferrari and stuff. Then the pedal box moves. But yeah, that was a really amazing experience out there. And then anyway, the very next day, I was there with Ducati UK for a motorbike track day, which which was equally special. And if I'm being honest, it was probably for me anything bike related because it's so new. I think is a little bit more fun. But I was, by the end of the day, I was on a Ducati Street Fighter V4S. So it's like 214 horsepower,
oh,
180 kilos, but naked bike but just with wings because it really needs the wings because this thing is so fast. Um, and just learning more and more about track riding rather, on sticky rubber as well, sticky tires. Like they were just lovely. Um, and yeah, just enjoying myself. And on that circuit on a motorbike, as you can appreciate, going down Craners, beautiful
oh man.
weather. Oh my, going over that brow as you turn, as you kind of you know, that long right, and then you flip left to go down,
Yeah.
and that whole thing on a bike, you kind of just throw your body over. It's just the sensation of it was like I was doing about 110 miles an hour through there on the motorbike from the right
Jesus.
to the left. Um, yeah, it was really really interesting. So yeah, do I love Donington? Yes. If you're thinking about going on a track day there, do it. Don't think anymore. But I would, like any track, but especially Donny, try and get some tuition. No matter if you're a seasoned track day goer or a beginner, get some tuition because I think I know there's a lot of technical details that
Mm.
you would pick up very quickly if you had someone next to you who knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
if while you're there it rains, be really careful
Oh yeah, I can
because it
imagine.
gets loads of avgas from the airfield. Because it's always funny. You have like a noise limit on a Donington track day, and yet they've got aircraft, big jets flying over from
Yeah.
Castle Donington. Yeah, so but it gets super slippy. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good well, it's funny you say that. On my first lap out on the motorbike, as I'm just like well, you couldn't see my face because it's in a helmet, but I'm probably going like this, just trying to take everything in. And as we're coming out of the Craner curves and up the hill, I don't know what that's called.
Up start through Starkey's Bridge and then up to the McLean's at the top. Yeah.
Exactly. As I'm coming up there, and my mouth is like, and my eyes are like that. There's a set nowhere to rely. 747-800 cargo had just taken off it like towards me. So like I'm
Yeah.
trying to take in everything, and suddenly there's this 747 that looks like it's how low they look because they're such big planes, and that's going above me, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is
Yeah.
amazing.
We had
But
when I was
yeah,
doing the Clio, they had an Antonov take off from Donny, and
oh
it's just I mean it takes so long to get in the air because it's so massive. It flew
yeah,
over really low, but yeah, you get some good plane spotting there. So here we
absolutely.
go. Track day challenge then. So you could buy a Dallara Stradale. That may be one of
Yeah,
your higher values. So what we thought we'd do with the track day car challenge is because this is something well, you've got a dedicated track day in your M2, track day car rather.
yep,
I with a mate of mine, we did this process, I don't know, nearly 10 years ago now, and looked to buy a track day car. And it is a fun thing to do. So what we thought we'd do is start off at a £15,000 budget. Now you could probably buy a track day car for like 5 to 10,000 quid. I think we chose 15, or I chose 15 because I thought for me, you want to spend a bit of money because you're going on track, and I don't want to be buying a proper shitter that's just going to like brake fails or suspension breaks, or I'm going to end up with a massive accident. So that's why we started at 15. But you could happily get a track day car cheaper than that.
yep,
I remember being at where was it now? Was it Goodwood? This posh guy was there in this old 944 turbo, absolute shitbox it was, and it had been properly buoyed up as well, with awful aftermarket wheels and stuff. And and the guy driving it, it just didn't look like you didn't put driver and car together because he's very well spoken. He was the kind of person that wears like mustard coloured trousers on a summer's day. And I was chatting to him, and I said, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but I'm I wouldn't put you with that car." He went, "No, no, no. Well, I got really, really pissed off with how much the Ferrari was costing when I took it on a track day. I mean, it was costing thousands. Every time I did one, it went into the dealer and ended up having thousands of pounds. So I bought this shit box on eBay last week for 5 grand." He says, "And if I crash it, I don't care. I'll just buy another one. It's still cheaper than what
oh,
I was spending
brilliant!
at Ferrari every time."
That's
So
amazing.
you could do that, and at a track day, everyone has a smile on their face, even the guy driving around in a 1 litre Ford Fiesta.
Yeah,
You don't have to go fast, do you? Especially if you've never done a track day before. So
yeah,
15 grand. Then we're going to step it up and double the budget to 30 grand. And I actually think that is the sweet spot for lots of people. I think 30 up to 30 grand, you can get something really nice for that. Then we're going to go 50 grand, and then we're going to go 100 grand. And I don't know about you, but I actually struggle to spend 100 grand.
yeah. It was probably the trickiest for me as well because, yeah, yeah, it wasn't quite enough money for what I really wanted.
No, 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 me too. But
Yeah,
what I really wanted was I needed like another 30 grand on top of that. But well,
yes.
you wanted a GT3 RS 992.
Oh, that would have been nice. Yeah, I need a lot more for that. Yeah.
So who's going first?
Up to you, mate. I don't mind. So I'll kick off the 50. Well, let's alternate. I'll kick off the
Okay,
15 grand, and then you
go
can
for
kick
it.
off the. All right. So
Have you got
15
any
grand.
Skodas in there before you start? Is there any Skodas in there? Just
No, no Skoda Octavias.
okay, okay.
And you'll be glad to hear, without spoiling it, only one of my four cars throughout the
Yeah.
categories is a BMW.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I know. I can hear the round of applause online. Thank you
I
very
looked
much.
at an old I don't know what an old M3, the nice boxy looking one. The
E30.
yeah,
That would have
probably.
been
Yeah, I looked
lots
at
of
one of them.
money. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. No, it
Oh,
wasn't.
oh, maybe a 36 then. A boxy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway,
36 was.
right,
Um,
go for it.
Oh no, maybe it would have been E92. I don't know. But anyway, okay. So little caveat: all of mine, because of how, and I don't know if you're the same, Ped, but all of my choices, because of the way that I go to track days, I've always driven cars to the track
Oh,
day them,
okay.
driven them back. So they're not like completely out and out track day only cars, but they're cars that I
Ooh.
think are great road cars that will do very well in track, and you could do a few bits too to make them even better. So a bit like with my M2,
Okay.
for
Okay,
instance.
interesting. I've got a
So that's
couple of debatable ones that might need a
okay.
trailer.
Yes, yeah, well, that's fine. I mean, yeah, the brief was track day, so
Yeah.
I just for whatever reason gone down this route.
Okay.
So the first one is actually a car that you kind of mentioned off the cuff a minute ago, but not quite a Ford Fiesta 1 litre. It's a Ford Fiesta ST3. So
Oh, yeah.
the most recent ST Fiesta, which I know we both love.
Yeah.
Fantastic bit of kit, and you can
You're
pick
gonna
them
put
up. In
that in
fact,
a link
yeah,
somewhere? You're gonna
I'm
send me
putting
the
it.
link so I can have a look?
I'm putting it on the screen
Oh, yeah,
there
yeah, yeah,
now.
yeah.
So this particular one, there's loads of them on there for around 15 grand.
Nice. Wow,
This is
that's
a one,
good car. That's a lot of car for 15 grand, that.
isn't it? Beautiful spec, really nice color, one owner car. It has the all important performance pack because the performance pack is the limited slip diff on the STs.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, one owner,
Quaif.
full
Quaif
service,
diff.
Quaif diff. Yeah. Um, I mean, what else? As a not even a start out track car, because it doesn't weigh too much. I think they're about 1,100 kilos. It's not going to be massively heavy on components. It's got OEM. They run OEM Michelin Pilot Sport 4s on it.
Yeah.
Um, I think, yeah, value for money, and as that car that you can use for everything, but also be a lot of fun on track. I
Yeah.
think that's a great bit of kit.
Mate, the nice thing about that is a car that you could have as your only car and do track days
Definitely, yeah,
quite
yep,
happily. That's a
yep.
lot of car for 15 grand, or not even 15 grand.
Not even 50, and with the 1.5 litre turbocharged that EcoBoost motor, if
Yeah.
you're not driving it on track and you're driving it normally, it's actually a really efficient car as well.
Yeah.
So, in terms of economy in general, as a car to use, like you said, for everything, I think that would take some beating for that kind of money. 14 grand. I mean, what are you going to get brand new for 14 grand today? Nothing. You won't even.
Mate.
My motorbike cost me an extra grand.
And it's got
Yeah,
Bang& Olufsen stereo. That's very
yeah,
nice. I like that. Yeah.
yeah.
Could you
Thank
I
you.
wonder what an i20N would be? Be a bit more than that, do you think? Or
They're still low. Yeah, they haven't lost any money from when they first launched.
really?
I think they launched at 21, 22 grand, and the
Uh,
cheapest used ones are around 20 still, 21, like three
yeah.
years later, whatever it's been. So that would have been a good buy if you bought one of them new when they first
Oh,
came out. That
mega
would have
car.
been it.
But no,
Yeah.
I've gone slightly different direction to you in that one, but I did
Yep.
think about a Fiesta ST or another one, something like a Suzuki Swift Sport or something like that.
Oh
That
yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
they're
Yep.
banging cars. Mate, I like that a lot.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
good car, good car. Well done. Oh
Thank
no,
you.
see now I've gone something completely different, and that's based on when, although it's a lot less money than I spent on my track car version of this, but I have gone something, maybe followed the track car brief a little bit more.
Okay.
Now this car is actually road legal, so you could drive it on the road, but in terms of track day, the amount of fun you could have in one of these on a track is significant. Any guesses?
A Caterham of some description. Let's have a look. Oh yes.
A Caterham.
Wow.
Now this
That's
is
actually
an
really good value.
I know, right? 10,000 miles. It's an an ex-academy car, so it
Oh.
might well have had a bit of a hard life.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but it has been recently prepared, so I'm guessing that they've kind of sorted some bits and bobs out. Um, Cannot confirm the mileage is accurate due to it being an ex-race car, as the vehicle does not come and the vehicle doesn't come with a warranty. So you are buying a bit of an unknown entity. The
Yep,
other thing I would say is if I was buying a Caterham, this one's got the K series Rover engine in it, which
yep.
has a bit of a habit of blowing up. So I'm not, but it when it works, it's a really, really nice engine.
You're really selling this to
So
me, Ted.
I know, but I just thought one, it's quite a nice spec,
Yeah.
and it's got a full cage in it. You'll have a lot of fun in that. But that
You
is
know
for
what?
me, that is a track day car with
Absolutely. And
occasional. I mean, it's got an aero screen, so you can still drive on the road. You have
oh,
fun
yeah.
on a nice sunny Sunday, drive and stuff.
I mean, you would have no issues taking that to Goodwood, and I'd have no issues taking it to Silverstone.
Exactly, exactly. You might have issues getting in it because it's got a full cage. I'd love to see you try and get in one of them.
That's
But
true. But I think in terms of performance, like drivability, like pure driving, uh, uh, driving thrills and driving
yeah,
dynamics, nothing gets any better than that, does it? And I think
no,
also as that's set up with those semi-slick, don't know what they are, but Toyo tires is that. I mean that.
Yoki's or Toyo's probably.
Yeah, performance for value, if that's a metric, value for performance.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's going to be so quick, that little car for 15 grand.
yeah. And
Yeah,
you could, I mean, there's clearly we've selected one of each for this pod, but if you have a look round, you'll find ex academy cars because when you do the Caterham Academy, I don't know what the current going rate is. It's about 32 grand or something. You buy
yeah,
the car, you get entry into all the races in that year. And a number of test days and stuff as part of that 32 grand and support from Caterham. But at the end, you get to keep the car.
right.
And you can
Okay.
either go into the next year of the academy, which includes a few upgrades and stuff. And then you start paying for, you've got another fee to enter that year,
Yep.
or you sell the car. So
Okay.
there will be people at the end of that year, they'll just sell the car, or the end of year 2 or the end of year 3. So you could do Caterham graduates, you could go and race in that, you could do hill climbs, you could do sprints, you could just do track days. Because it's a competition car, gives you some
Yep.
options. So,
Brilliant.
yeah,
Nice. Oh, I like that. Two very
yeah,
different choices for the same budget. I mean, that literally bookends what we do.
yeah,
What we're
exactly.
this challenge. As always, we would love anyone that's listening or especially watching. Please feel free to give us your answers below in 15K and all the categories. Let us know,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, what you think of our choices. Let us know where you would go with your money because we're all very different.
yeah.
Right,
Cool.
you're next. You're
Am
you're
I
first
next?
on the 30 grand. Yeah.
Now I've gone proper hardcore with this one.
Wait. Right. That last one wasn't hardcore.
No, I've gone hardcore.
Oh no.
um, so I've gone proper track day car with this, but I think you'll appreciate it because it's cool. So
Okay.
it's 30 grand. So I've spent my whole budget.
Yep.
Okay, let me drop it into the message box for you.
Oh.
I chose it because I thought you might like that one.
Wow.
So
That's
for that,
that's cool.
I know, right? So for those listening, I have chosen a Porsche Cayman, but it's a fully race prepared Porsche Cayman.
That is very
Um,
cool.
it's cool, isn't it? I thought you might like that one.
Not sure about its number plates, but apart from that.
Number. Oh yeah, well yeah, I did notice that. Yeah, that was. Oops. We might have to change the manufacturer of tire on it.
Mate,
But yeah, so
that's great.
it's cool, isn't it? So it's a 2006 car, but it is a full Cayman S race car. So inside. It's got bucket seats. It's got yellow speed racing coilovers, 6-point harness. It's got race steering wheel, race pads. It's
Yep.
got Brembo brakes, so it's gonna squeal like a good one. It's got a fire suppression system on it.
Yep.
But yeah,
Full slicks.
decat
That's
decat race exhaust. Yeah, it's on slicks. Yeah.
yeah.
So that's why I said you might need this one. You might need to trailer it there or put some road tires on. I don't know whether I doubt it's road legal, to be fair.
No, it's not. No, they're
Oh no, it's
definitely
not.
not.
It's not for this
No.
track. It's track only. No one's given. Road
Yep.
use only.
Yep.
But can you imagine how much fun that would be?
Yeah. That's it. That's a great bit of kit. I didn't even think to. You found that on Auto Trader. I didn't even think
I
to
did.
look
Yeah,
for
yeah.
something like that. And that's been. Well, it looks like they've had that since the back end of 2023, and they've knocked 10
Yeah.
grand off it, according
Yeah,
to
it was about
Price
40
Tracker.
grand. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
Wow.
guess the market for that is pretty narrow, right? There's,
Yeah.
you'd
Yep.
need a trailer, you'd need a van, an SUV or a van to tow the trailer. But
Yep.
and one of the reasons I thought about that is when I've looked a couple of times at having a race car or a mini R56 challenge car made, so a road legal challenge car, and you could
Yep.
do that with donor car for like 18 to 20 grand. And I just
Okay.
thought, well, I wonder similar what you could get. But yeah, Cayman, come on, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Very cool.
There you go.
Very cool. Oh,
Hold on a
nice.
minute, I've had two suggestions. You haven't taken the mickey out of me yet.
No, they're great. No, what I love about this is we've both gone down very different directions. You've gone
Yeah.
far more hardcore than I have,
Yeah.
and you are going to laugh when I send you this
Is
because
this your next one?
yeah, because this is a graphic example, quite literally, of how we've both had a brief and gone down opposite ends of the scale with fairly similar.
Is it a Motability car or something?
No, fairly similar machinery.
Oh, no way! Oh, that's hysterical.
Yeah.
Porsche Cayman.
Yeah. So,
And in fact, it's the road going version of the race car I just sent you.
yeah, well, it's a 981, so it's slightly newer. But what's weird is I couldn't find one quite, and this is another model that's worth talking about. Is I was looking for a 987, so the same generation as the one you sent, an
Yeah.
R, because for whatever
Oh,
reason,
yeah.
they're really affordable. As in,
Yeah.
I say affordable, inverted commas. And I found there is an R online. The cheapest one I found was about 32 grand.
Yeah.
Really nice black one at a specialist. But I decided, I was like, no, I've got to be within budget. So I went
Yeah.
up to the 981 and went back to an S, from a GTS to an S.
Oh.
And but this is although this particular example, it's okay, it's 90,000 miles, and most people will be like,
say, who was the previous owner? Captain Kirk?
well, it's a 10-year-old car, and it's a one-owner car, right? So it's a one-owner full Porsche history car.
Yeah.
And if you work that out, that's only 9,000 miles a year. That's not it's not mad, is it?
No, not at all.
And it's a really
it's been
nice.
used.
It's been used.
Sat around.
It's a really nice, quite subtle spec. It's not crazy spec-wise, but I like it. And the 2 grand leaves you enough money to get rid of the tires that are on it and put some Cup 2s on it. Maybe play around the setup a little bit. The only thing it is missing, and I know you can get a conversion kit for it, is because it's quite an early PDK car, it's got those horrible buttons on the steering wheel.
Oh no, right, okay.
Yeah. But you can get.
Whose idea was that in Germany? I mean, who in Stuttgart thought, oh yeah, das ist doch a good idea. We'll put the buttons on the thumbs.
I remember at the time,
no one ever.
They were so adamant. A lot of their Porsche press material at the time was like, no, we'll prove everyone wrong. We know the initial press don't like them, but give it a few years. And literally about 6 months later, Porsche themselves were selling conversion kits to paddles. So it was like, oh, okay,
Wow.
well, if you don't like them. But anyway, aside from them, which again to me tells me that this car was just really nicely looked after. It wasn't driven hard. The interior, it's a beautiful quality actually for.
Mate, it looks amazing.
It's really, really nice car. So, but yeah, interesting. At least I could drive mine to the track, but at the track you'd be running rings around me. So
yeah, exactly.
But
that's cool, man. I like that a lot.
Yeah, another. Yeah,
Excellent.
both
So
ends of the.
you're next. You're next.
I'm
So you
next.
got 50 grand now.
Right, 50 big
Now we're getting
ones.
to the dream ticket.
Yeah. I probably found this the hardest category, of 50 grand category, because there's a lot of, I mean, 50 grand, although in new cars, it doesn't buy you everything these days, but in
No.
slightly used cars, it does open up a lot of doors.
Yeah.
And I actually went with this.
Ooh.
So it's a very late
Oh,
23 car, BMW M2, the new one, G87. This is a one owner
50
car.
grand.
Yeah, it's this particular one's done 17,000 miles. But if you spend, to be honest, if you spend like 51, 52, you can get, there was one for 52 with 1,100 miles on the clock. So if you spend a little bit
Wow.
more, but that would have been, today you'd be paying 72, 73 for a brand new one like that spec, with the spec it's got. Really nice black exterior, sapphire black with cognac interior.
Nice.
It's an automatic. The manuals are actually a little bit cheaper, which is interesting. So they haven't been holding value as well as some of the autos. But I think on track, out of the box, they are unbelievably good, these cars on track. And again,
Yeah.
spend a little bit of money getting it set up Swift or something,
Yeah.
and it's 5% better again. So I think for that, it's a car that's in warranty. You could use that for absolutely everything, and yet on track, it would be very, very fast out of the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
yeah, nice bit of kit. I know we all saw a few of these when we went up to that big dealership, BMW dealership, when we were in
Yeah.
Sheffield, and we saw a few, and we're like, they were like low 50s, and all of us were like, wow, they're okay. They've dropped
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, so there's my
There you
choices. I
go.
feel like mine are going to be very boring compared to yours.
No. You've just done what you've done. You're doing a road car that you use every day that would be great on track.
Yes.
And I think
Yeah.
I've kind of gone for the what would just be awesome on track. And
Yeah.
so my choice with 50 grand. So it is a road legal car, so you can drive it on the road.
Okay.
However, I think I have I've never driven one of these actually. I've only ever been a passenger, and it was terrifying. But Jeremy Clarkson likes them.
Aerial Atom.
Yeah. How did you guess?
So I was thinking Aerial Atom as soon as you said Jeremy Clarkson. I was like, Aerial Atom.
There you go.
I did think about one of them, but
And
a
this is
supercharged one.
42 grand. It's
Wow.
got front and rear wings, so it looks badass. And it's
Yep.
the 310 horsepower supercharged aerial atom. And it's got
Wow.
some bits on it. So the front, it's got the factory fitted supercharger, which is an 8 grand option, carbon rear wing and front splitter, 2,800 quid option, tilt seats, 2,700 quid option. It's got some kit on it.
Yeah.
Big Alcon brakes. I mean, that is, if you don't get off driving that, then you're dead in the soul, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. That is about as hardcore as a road legal track car gets,
Have
isn't
you
it?
been in one of those?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. Many years ago, around Bruntingthorpe, actually, with Benzene Ben. Um,
Really?
Absolutely nuts, isn't it? It's so
Yeah.
pure, but in a different way to a Caterham. It's a very different beast. It
Yeah,
it
it's funny.
it mo-
I drive a Caterham on the road, right?
yeah,
I'd be quite happy to do that, and they're great on track. I'm not so sure I have been in a Atom on the road, but you need to wear a helmet, and it's just a bit. Look at me, but on a track, oh my god, they're
yeah,
good.
yeah. I like that. I
So
like that. And
yeah,
and the good thing is you could change those green body panels. I like green, but I'm not a fan of that green.
oh,
But
it would have a
you,
wrap straight away, wouldn't it?
yeah, wrap, or you could get it sprayed, do whatever very easily. Yeah, I mean you've got eight
Yeah,
grand of budget left there, so
exactly. Yeah,
um,
yeah. But I was just impressed you could get an aerial Atom for 42 grand. I
yeah,
still
yeah,
thought they were more than that, especially the powerful one, because the ones with the smaller engines are a bit cheaper, obviously. But I mean
yeah,
that just looks awesome. The wings, I'm sure, are going to be, whether they'll be everyone's taste, I'm not sure, but yeah,
yeah. But they're there for a purpose, aren't they? It's like
yeah,
it's Yeah, there. Oh, that's very cool. I like that. Oh, I like, mate, you have properly gone hardcore. I can't
Woohoo!
begin to
I
imagine what
haven't
you've gone for
I
a
haven't
hundred
finished
grand.
yet.
Oh my goodness. Uh, uh.
Am I first on this? Now,
You are, yeah, yeah.
I have actually got 2
Okay,
because, they were both so cool. One is stupid because I've it's under budget, but you need some other budget basically to basically take it out. The other one, probably not so much, right? So the
okay.
first one, I just saw and went, "Oh my god, I need that in my life," because it's awesome. It's only 75 grand, right?
Okay.
So I'm under budget.
So it's what you spent on your 911, basically.
Yeah.
Wait, what's what? You sent me two, so I checked the first
Uh,
one, yeah?
no, I sent you the first one
Oh no. Oh,
is the
sorry.
Atom. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, why is that? Okay, sorry. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh, in green,
75
yes.
grand.
Oh my,
So what?
wow.
Right. So for those listening on the podcast, I sent Joe a Ferrari 430 challenge car.
That's unbelievable.
I know. I mean, how
Wow.
awesome is that?
My, see, if I'd seen that at RMA track day last week, I would have said that was a 250 grand car.
Yeah. It's
Oh
awesome.
my
And this
goodness.
place, Bell and Sport Classic, they've got loads of them. So,
Oh.
but this one, I just love the green. Now, my issue with this is maintenance costs
Mm, yeah.
because it's a race car, right? So, but it's got 483 horsepower. So one of
Wow.
only 142 factory. It's a factory car, so it's a factory challenge car.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at it.
It is beautiful. I love the fact it's not red as well. It's something
Yeah, yeah,
very
yeah,
different.
yeah.
Um,
But I guess you'd need. Well, obviously you'd have to trailer it or transport it to the track.
yeah,
But
yeah.
can you imagine rocking up at a track in that?
Oh, yeah. That is
Just
epic.
awesome.
Wow.
75 grand.
Unbelievable. Mate, that's yeah. That
Oh
is
dear.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
I
and as
love
you
that.
said, so it's only 2 grand more than I spent on my 911. I could have bought
Yeah.
that.
I'm not sure.
um,
Remember you got your 911 because you could go away with tea and the dog.
yeah,
Not
yeah. I
sure
don't
that's
think
gonna
that's
solve
gonna
any.
look at the
No,
inside of it though. I mean,
I
that is
know.
proper race car.
It
It's
is.
got a
It
split speed limiter on it and everything.
it's oh mate, it's brilliant. Really cool.
Oh
Nice.
dear.
So let's see what's your second choice then?
So my second one, I've spent a bit more money, so it's just shy of £90,000. But
Okay.
I think in terms of track day car and track performance, I think you will struggle to beat this for the money. And it's similar to a car you drove at Donington.
Oh. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay.
So
Yeah.
my second choice, 100 grand choice. So you want a track car? You got a Radical. This is a Radical
Wow.
Rapture,
Yeah.
uh, uh, 2019 car. But those things, that's full aero car.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah,
Very cool. There's loads of them at
it's
like
got a
RMA days.
turbocharged 360 horsepower EcoBoost. So I don't know what it weighs actually. I wonder if it's got on the ad how much it weighs.
It's going to be
It's
under a
gonna you're
ton,
gonna have
isn't
to
it?
you're gonna have to strap it down in a stiff breeze, aren't you?
Yeah. What's it? I'm going to Google
Obviously,
it. What's it? Radical Rapture weight. Radical.
two plane high downforce road track. It is actually road legal.
Yeah, yeah. It's got
I
number
hadn't
plates on.
realised that. Yeah.
765 kilos. So it has
Flipping heck.
478 brake horsepower per ton.
Wow.
That is like,
Wow.
that's crazy. Wow, that would be that. Yeah, hardcore. Love it.
Right, it is 90 grand.
Yes. Yeah. Very cool. Mate, I'm so impressed with all your choices. I'm quite jealous that I didn't even think like I wish I'd thought much more hardcore now because
Yeah.
these are
Hard,
fantastic.
hardcore, you know the score. But the thing is, though, it's like kid in a sweet shop. You think, well, I'm never ever going to get to a point where I'm going to buy a Ferrari challenge car. But if I did,
Yeah.
I want one of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
At least I'd have extra budget left over to buy matching Ferrari race suit and
Oh
race boots.
yes.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah. I think that
come on
radical
then.
though, that yeah, no, just the radical. I bet
Look,
you, like, it looks like the sort of thing that I bet you could run all day, every day at track days, and would
yeah,
need I don't know, but would need a lot less looking after
you'd probably
and
find it's the same with the Caterhams because they're so light. They don't eat tires so much. I don't know what the
yep,
downforce would do to the tires,
yep.
but tires and brakes, and that they're probably not. To keeping it on track, keeping it probably wouldn't be that expensive.
No, and they all use like the Ford EcoBoost engine, so
Yeah.
the engine reliability and stuff should be pretty good
Mm.
on them. Okay, cool. Well, yeah. Again, mine's surprise, surprise, far more normal and
Seven
well, I
Series
guess
BMW.
yeah, 7 Series BMW on some Michelin slicks.
Yeah.
Um, so that's
Oh,
what
this is
I've
it.
gone for.
Let's have a look. He's gone for a 992 GT3 RS. Oh,
I
yeah.
wish,
It'd be,
I wish.
it'd be a, do you know what, though? That's actually not bad money, is it?
No. So
Oh,
it's a 991 GT3, obviously PDK. It's a point one 2014 car. So they only made them in PDK on the point ones. Automatic. It's had the engine replacement and stuff, which I think most of them did. It's still under. I don't know if this one's factory warranty. It's still under some sort of warranty. Full Porsche service history. Only 8,600 miles. It's got the
mm.
buckets in it. I think that's Guards red,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure. Um,
That, my
it,
friend, is lovely.
it's
It's on
beautiful, isn't
Michelin's
it?
as well.
Yeah, Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2s. I think it's been a really well looked after car. Yeah,
Oh,
it's on steel brakes, but in a way, to me, that appeals more than the carbons, just because would mean it, a lot cheaper to replace.
yeah. And it
And
doesn't have a cage, so you can actually use
no,
the back.
yep, yeah, it's a lovely car, isn't it? Really, 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 really nice
It
bit of
is.
kit.
I don't like red cars, but I'd make an exception for that. That's lovely.
Yeah, yeah.
That for me, uh, that is a car that I would forgo a soft top for.
Oh my god. Ted, are
Yeah.
you feeling all right?
So the day that the 911 downstairs needs to be replaced, a GT3 of that era is right up there for me. I think that's
Yeah,
lovely.
yeah.
That's going to sound epic as well, as it put a
Oh, isn't
Sharkworks
it?
exhaust on it or something. Mind you,
Yeah.
you couldn't do that if you're going to track it, but
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, way before OPF and all that garbage that we have to
oh
deal with.
mate,
Yeah, very
yeah,
nice.
oh, I'm just looking. I'm just looking at all the pictures. Oh,
Yeah. There's
yeah,
some really nice ones. There was a really nice one owner car, but it didn't have the buckets. And I think I thought, yeah, as a track day car, you kind of definitely need the buckets in it for them.
yeah.
But yeah, there you go. I mean, really interesting. This has been really educating and interesting for me because I knew the cars I was going to give you, but then seeing yours was so different to my choices.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really
I,
keen to hear.
I'm going to go and dream about that challenge car, though.
Yeah, the challenge car. That is very special.
Yeah, yeah.
And I had no idea they were under 100 grand. Like, I mean, that was what, 75 or something.
75
Unbelievable.
grand.
Wow.
Yeah,
Very cool.
yeah. I'd have thought hundreds of thousands of pounds, but anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, now people, what would your Well, first of all, what's the best out of our various cars that we've chosen? Which one would you want? I think you'd have to value them on value for money, wouldn't you? Rather, because they were all great. I mean, that little Fiesta, I can't get over what value that is. That's unreal.
Yeah.
So they're all obviously very different, but yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
That GT3 is really nice. Damn. Oh dear.
But
So
could you?
so if
Yeah.
I was going to say, if you've got ideas for more of these challenges, because we love doing them, they're just
Yeah.
so much fun. I don't know what you're like when you're making your selections. I'm trying to guess what you're going to go. Oh, it's going because I've had some shockers in the past, so I'm trying to up
You
my
have.
game a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
No, that was great.
Ah.
That was really good.
Well, guys, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, give us a follow, subscribe, comment, review, follow us on all the different platforms. And we'll see you next week for another episode of the Drive Talk podcast. Big thanks to Michelin for their continued support. Joe, you're a legend. Love you, man. And I'll see you on the next one.
Love you, mate. Easy now.
Easy now.